We recognize that today is a very special day, but yet continues to be in the back of our minds. This day changed the world. It was the day that changed how we do business in the United States and elsewhere when we travel or commute. So we've crafted up something here that we hope that'll drive home the remainder of your chapter as you go on from the North Fire to whatever fire that happens over the course of the fire year. But on this day, 17 years ago, there were 2,996 people that lost their lives, and most of which were civilians. However, of them there was 343 that were firefighters or first responders, and 71 that were law enforcement officers.
So when we relate these actions to all the brave men and women, we most notably go back to some of our own tragedies in the wildland fire community. Just to name a few, Yarnell Hill, which took the lives of 19 Granite Mountain hotshots, the Esperanza Fire with engine 57, where all 5 perished. One that stands out in many of our memories, where a lot of the foundations of what we do were based on, was Storm King Mountain. And I know that there were even more reflected on were there, as 14 tragically died there. I want to be clear that any one fatality is not acceptable. I recognize over the years our wildland firefighter community has proportionally suffered through many of its shared fatalities that may have effects on a lot of you in the audience. So circling back to around the day at hand, I ask that you think about this. What did all these dedicated first responders have in common? Well, we can safely assume they had believed they were doing the right thing. The right thing based on their experience, and the right thing based on their training. The right thing based on their leader intent and their direction.
So again, they believed that they were doing the right thing. But unfortunately, in hindsight, with all of our firefighter fatalities, there's a common thread. Whether it be one small piece of information that got lost, or some unclear direction, or some small deviation from what we consider to be the norm, or just multiple small problems starting to add up. So one of the things we need to be thinking as we move forward with today's assignment and the rest of the fire season, while we're doing the right thing, is let's take a pause and consider what we might be missing that could change your desire to experience an unexpected outcome. And people like Ron Pierce and Josh, all we can do is support and look through their eyes and what they may have seen, witnessed with the mass devastation and the triage that took place 17 years ago on this day. And with that, Ron, do you got anything to speak on?
Good morning, America. Good morning, firefighters. Good morning, first responders. Ron Pierce. During 9/11, I was fortunate to be assigned to USAR Task Force 7 out of Sacramento. We responded immediately after we knew we had a national tragedy. We responded into New York City the next morning and unloaded our equipment and went to work. It's ironic, at this time at 6 o'clock California time in New York, 9 o'clock, there's a special broadcast to all the New York fire stations that give a tribute to all those that were lost and injured during 9/11. It's broadcast to all the stations, moment of silence afterwards, and then each station responds back that they copied those that are not on an emergency at that time. So it's a tragic day. It's a day that we'll always remember, but we have to remember that we're here to carry on our fight and do what we do best. So be careful out there, take care of each other. Remember, we're all a team, no matter contractor, firefighter, medic, law enforcement, whatever. We're here to do a job, we're here to do it safely, and we go home in the morning. So take care, guys.
My name is Josh Ramey. I would consider myself a second responder. Worked on Staten Island the site where they went through the rubble and looked for any portion of DNA of any of the firefighters or first responders or any of the public that were at 9/11. Just say, it's often said, you risk nothing to save nothing. You risk a little to save a little. You risk a lot to save a lot. And these first responders that were there on 9/11, they risked everything to save countless lives. Just always remember that.
So with that, let's take a moment of silence.